There is no problem, ma'am, because you are recording your class. If anybody is not come, then you can send the recording to them.
Okay, okay. Then it's okay, sir.
You can
Okay.
continue your class, ma'am.
Okay, okay, sir.
Ma'am.
Students, today we have to discuss the paper MES-103, which is about your higher education socio-psychological field. And I think you have all aware about that this paper have already 4 modules, and we have to complete all these 4 modules within the 6 periods. And today we will discuss about the block 1. And block 1 is regarding overally regarding the profiling the students, college students, their characteristics, what are the challenges they used to face in the college, and what should be their personality, and how intelligence and creativity plays a very important role at this stage. So these are the main areas on the basis of which this block have covered the contents. And first we will start the unit 1. And unit 1 is about more regarding the profiling the Indian college students. So when we are talking regarding the college students, we know that the age group mostly after the 18 years, the students used to come to the college. It means to the higher education, and it is the stage of the adulthood, and there is a change from adolescent time period to adulthood. So definitely there is a lot of change in their every aspect of their personality. It means there is physical change, there is emotional change, and there is this it is the stage of moral development, and it is also the stage of psychological and emotional development. So this is a very, we can say that this is a very crucial stage, what the students used to cross at the time of the college, in the primary stage of their college life. And when they used to get a new exposure to the institutions, it means we know that our school environment and the college environment have a lot of difference, because we know in the school there is a restricted time period, restricted periods, many rules and regulations, but all these things used to come mostly change at the college level. So at the college level, we have given the more importance on their freedom, their right to speech, and no hard and first rule for the students. So when they used to get the exposure to a completely different environment, at that time it is the role of the students, they mostly used to get the confused how they will behave, because they used to spend their school life mostly nearly the 10 to 12 years with the certain rules and regulations and restrictions. But when they enter to the college life, at that time when they see the totally different environment, and it is also, we know that it is the stage where the mostly physical changes used to occur for the students, because already I told to you they used to move from the adolescent time to adulthood. So many physical changes are there, and they get a problem how to cope up with all these changes. So they face a lot of changes at that time. And first we will discuss what is the main characteristics of our students at this stage. And I have prepared certain ppts for you. Now I will share my ppts, just to have go through of it. And I'm just going to share the screen. Just you confirm me that whether my screen is available or not, visible to all of you or not. Screen is visible? Sir, screen is visible? Hello?
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am.
Yes, yes. Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
thank you.
It's visible.
Okay, thank you. So, in this blog, first we will discuss what is the profiling the Indian college students. What the Indian college students mostly having their characteristics. What are the characteristics they have? Indian college students are at the stage of social and emotional stress. We all know about the stress. What is stress? Stress means when there are certain changes within us, and there are certain changes in our surroundings and the environment, and we want to make a cope up with the, we want to make a adjustment within these two, and when we are unable to do it, it create a stress. So we can say that Indian college students in India, mostly at the stage they are having a lot of stress, and that stress is mostly related to social aspects and emotional aspects, because they are at the stage of confusion that whether they are the responsible adults or they are still again in the stage of the adolescent. It means sometimes the views of the parents and the teachers is like that you already grown up, you can do it all these things, but sometimes again they get the confusion with the statement, no, till now I'm not there and no one is giving the responsibility to me. So they are at the stage of the dilemma, what to do and what not to do. So we can say in India the college students are mostly at the stage of stress due to the social and emotional aspects. Okay, again we can say it is a time for commitments, and at this stage we mostly accept our students as the responsible one, and they feel that we need to do some commitments and we need to take some responsibility, and on the basis of which we must act. So it is the main characteristics it is the age they want to take the responsibility, they want to behave like a leader, they give importance that all must give focus on them, they must get the importance, they must accepted by their parents and the teachers and also in their near surroundings. So this is a stage where they need more recognition, and for that purpose they made certain commitments, whatever they will do they are wholeheartedly will do, otherwise they will neglect. So this is a very crucial stage, and also we can say it is a time for value change, because from the childhood onwards they observe, and according to the near surroundings they have developed certain values, but when they enter to the college life they will see that those values are not there in the practical stage. Suppose take example of punctuality, they have more conscious about the punctuality, but when they grown up they will see the elders, the whoever are the responsible citizens are there near to them, they are not punctual, but they get a conflict among in that value. It means they believe that whatever the values are there may be in the pen and paper, but values is not going to practice, not only that in every type of things. So they get a confusion regarding the development of the values. So it is a stage there are certain changes among them regarding values, regarding emotional setup and all these things. Okay, and at last we can say this is a stage, whatever the development is going to occur it will remain permanent for the rest of the life. So it is a transit period, this is a stage which is a more transit period, and they want to make a adjustment to the new lifestyle, whatever the life they used to live before that, it is a stage where they want to bring the change according by observing the friends, by observing the peers, by observing the near surroundings, they want to bring the change in them. Okay, it is a stage of heroism, the quality of heroism is going to develop at this stage. Okay, so we can say also it is a stage of formal operation, as we know in the Piaget's theory different stages of cognitive developments are there, and this is a stage of operation of cognitive development, and it is a stage of morality, development of morality and personality. So overall if you will see that the age at which mostly the students used to enter to the college in India is a very crucial stage, and this is a stage of tran- transit, transmission, and at this stage students used to face a lot of challenges, and those challenges who are able to overcome those challenges they used to get to the right path. Otherwise this is a period of transit, it is a chance students can develop all the positivity among them, or they may be attract towards the negativity. So this is a stage where many challenges used to be faced by our students. So next we will discuss regarding challenges faced by Indian college students. PPT is visible? Hello? Anyone who is there?
Yes, madam.
Yes, yes. Okay, okay. Thank you, sir. So we will discuss now what are the challenges faced by Indian college students. We can say that many challenges are there, but I have mentioned here few points. Here you can see, we can say it is a stage of career development. So mostly the students used to get confused. What career they will choose, which will be appropriate according to their strength and abilities. So it is a very difficult stage to select the career for the students, whether what type of profession they are interested. So they used to get the confusion. What type of professions has the demand in the society, and for that what type of abilities are required, whether those abilities they are having or not, and how to choose a correct career or correct profession so that it will be good for them in the future. So it is a more important challenge faced by most of the students at this stage is selection of a career. Like this, at this stage we can say it is a stage for them for preparing for the family life. Okay, so they used to get in the under pressure how they will prepare themselves to take the responsibility to lead a family life. And it is also already I told to you, in emotional intelligence, it is a stage of development of emotional intelligence. As we already know, the general intelligence is different from the emotional intelligence, and there is no relation between these two. We can say that the individual who is highly intelligent may or may not emotionally intelligent. Okay, but a person who is highly emotionally intelligent may not be highly intelligent, general intelligent. So there is no relation, but this is a stage, and at this stage all type of emotional development used to occur for a individual. So here they used to get how to get the all type of how to get the control of all type of emotions. It means everyone is having some positive emotion and negative emotion. I think all of you know and aware about the positive emotion and negative emotion, but as an individual we must know how to make a balance between these two. It means balance between the positive emotion and negative emotion. And and who are able to make a proper balance, they used to lead a very happy life in the future. So we can say at this stage it is a very crucial time to develop the positive emotion and to learn how to make the balance between these two, which will give them more emotional independence. Okay? And we can say it is a stage of civic responsibility. After 18, as we know, according to our country's rules and regulations, they used to um, mm, act as a citizen, responsible citizen, and they must know about the rules and regulations of our country, of our constitutions. They must behave. They must know what is the civic responsibility they are having. They must aware about it, and they must know how and where to or perform all those responsibilities. So this is also one of the challenge. And at this stage, the students used to get confused. What is their right responsibility at the family level, at the institutional level, at society, in society, and how to choose the correct, how to take the correct decision in the correct time, in the correct place. So it is a very crucial challenge for all of them. And achieving the social responsibility, and it is also the social, they know that they are now the citizen of our country, but they must know to what extent they are socially responsible, what to do and what not to do. They must not get confused of it. And we also know that we have many rules and regulations and many things, but proper awareness is not going to create among our students regarding the social responsibility, regarding the civic responsibility. So it is a stage of dilemma to get to know about all these things. And achieving the gender role. Um, Again, on the basis of the gender, there are certain things which is acceptable in our society and certain things are not accepted in our society. They must aware about it. So at that, regarding that gender role also they used to get confused. So it create a challenge for them how to be clear about the gender role and how to perform all these in the correct time, in the correct place. So achieving more mature interpersonal relationship with peers, how to make the relationship with their friends, with the seniors, with the parents, with the relatives, how to make a good social group, and all these things is a new challenge for them at this stage. So all these are the mostly the challenges which the Indian students used to face at this stage when they newly entered to the college life. Next, role of society in setting the adults. Okay. Uh, till now, we have discussed what are the characteristics of the Indian college student, and we discussed what are the challenges faced by the Indian college students. So now it is, if these are the characteristics and these are the challenges faced by our students, then what is the role of the society? What the role society has, the what type of responsibility the society is having to shaping our adults? Okay, so definitely we know society has a very important role to shape our adults. So what we can do regarding these is mentioned here in this slide. Just you see. So what roles is there? Changes is there in the society from great Indian collectivism to self-absorbed individualism. It means here this is a stage where children used to get confused what individually they will do and what collectively they will do for the society. So here it is the role of the society to make a clear cut differentiation for them regarding the role as an Indian for the society and as a self for the individual aspects. So all these things we can do, the society can do either by help of the education, by introducing the new curriculum to bring the change in the syllabus, or by providing the different non-academic training to them. Government may plan the different training program regarding the planning preparation of the Indian citizens, and we can do also by help of the media, social media. And social media also plays a very important role to create the awareness among our adults regarding their role as a citizen for the society, as a self, as a um, as a responsible member of their family. So these all are the now responsibility of the society have to create among our adults so that they will not get the confused, and they must aware regarding their role in each and every aspect. Okay. Here, school environment plays a very important role from childhood onwards. We have always given a importance how to inculcate the social values, the moral values among our students by teaching the different subjects, by help of the co-curricular activities, by help of the social activities, and all those things. But when after completion of the school life, when the as a adult they enter to a new world, it means to the different part of their life, there again we have to assure them how all these learned values are going to be implemented. So application, it is a stage of application, what they have learned from the childhood, how they are going to apply it in their real life situation. So for that purpose, importance must has to be given for the life skill education. As we know already, the life skill education have already introduced in our school level. 10 life skills are emphasized, and how we must inculcate all those life skills among our students at the college life, how to take the proper decision, how to develop the problem solving ability among them, how to develop to work in a group, how to behave with the peers, and how to take the responsibility of the society. So all these are the life skill education. 10 life skills are there. It is already mentioned in your module. You will go through it. So it is the stage society has to be focused on how to develop all these life skills among our students, so that in the future they will be aware about it, which will help them to lead a balanced life. Okay, so this is more or less about your unit 1, is more or less about these all, regarding the characteristics of Indian students. What are the challenges they used to face at the college level, and what is the role of the society to develop the positivity among the young adults. So these all are regarding the unit 1. Now next we will move to unit 2, and this unit 2 is regarding understanding personality and facilitating its development. I think all of you know what is personality. Can anyone tell to me present here, what do you understand, what is personality? Hello, anyone is there? Okay, so understanding personality, what is personality? Actually, personality signifies the uniqueness of a person and the special characteristics that make the person different from others. It means, we know personality is the word which is taken from the word Latin word persona. Persona means the mask. Each and everyone in this world have a unique personality. So personality is not about the physical appearance of a person. Personality is not about the quality of a person. Personality is not about the anything, a particular aspect. We can say it is a social construct. It means it is going to cover many aspects. Personality is a term which is going to cover many things under it. Only one thing is not going to determine your personality. Only physical appearance of an individual is not going to determine the personality. So it is going to cover many aspects, like the physical appearance, the communication skill, the thought, the good values, good attitude, and many more things. So it's very difficult to define personality. Okay, so we can say personality signifies the uniqueness of a person and the special characteristics that make the person different from others. It means we can say that personality of two individual is never same. Each and every, how many individuals are there in this world, each one having a unique personality. So personality differ from person to person. Okay, and it is a psychological construct. Okay, and personality includes how one perceive oneself and is perceived by others. It means how an individual is perceived by others in the society, and how other individuals uh, uh, is perceiving the person, and how the person also perceive himself and herself. Okay, that is going to determine the personality of an individual. Okay, so we can say it is a very complex phenomena to define personality, and and this adulthood time is the proper time to develop the personality. So definitely the near surroundings, the environment, the college, the institutions, the family, whatever the things are around an individual is going to play a very important role to influence the personality of the individual. So as the person perceive the things, and on the basis of whatever the individual perceives, it is going to be analyzed, synthesized, and is going to create a particular space within himself, and that thing is going to influence his attitude, and attitude is going to have the impact in the behavior, and the in the voice, in the verbal communication, non-verbal communication, the attitude. These all the things together is going to determine the personality. So we can say uh, then the heredity, environment plays a very important role to keep the impact on the personality. It means the person, where the person is going to live, is going to determine his personality. So the near surroundings, have a impact on the development of personality of an individual. But it is not total all. It depends on the rate of perception of the individual. So personality is a very complex phenomena. Many factors is going to influence it, but still, uh, personality overall, whenever we are going to talk, the attitude, the psychological dispositions, the behavior, the personal appearance, is going to determine the personality of an individual. And many approaches are there to explain about the personality. And here in this module, the mostly the approaches which is emphasized is regarding the psychoanalytic approach, behavioristic approach, trait approach, social cognitive approach, and the humanistic approach. So many approaches are there, out of which these approaches has highlighted in your module, and you have to know about all these modules. And those are, first we will discuss regarding the psychoanalytic approach. Psychoanalytic approach explains that the unconscious and hidden behavior determine the personality of an individual. As we know, whatever how we behave, our behavior is based on our internal thoughts and our dispositions, psychological dispositions, and our attitude. Whatever we perceive, we give a space within us, and when we it create a thoughts within us, and when it is going to be for a long period of time within us, it is going to influence to our attitude, and on the basis of our attitude we are going to behave. It is going to convert into a behavior, and behavior, whenever it is going to be occurs several times, it is going to convert to a habit. Okay, so psychoanalytic approach has given importance that our unconscious and hidden behavior determines the personality. It means we know we behave mostly in the three ways: consciously, unconsciously, and subconsciously. Consciously means when with the brain allotment we are going to do something, then it is a conscious behavior. But sometimes without the 100% consciousness of our brain also we do some things, that is called as the subconscious behavior. But there are certain things we do but we are unaware about it, and that is called as the unconscious behavior or the hidden behavior. It means the certain things unconsciously what is going on within us, it is going to reflect within our behavior. It is going to reflect in terms of our behavior. The psychoanalytic approach emphasizes that those unconscious and hidden thought is going to influence our behavior. So a individual which is aware about at every moment what is going on within himself and herself, in some extent is able to rectify his behavior. So this is the psychoanalytic approach. But the behavioristic approach has emphasized something differently regarding the personality. According to them, learned behavior to the external environment determine the personality. It means there are certain behavior we learned. It means we have learned from our society, and those learned behavior to the external environment determine our personality. It means whatever we have learned from our environment and what we mostly do in a conscious term, that is going to determine our personality according to the behavioristic approach. And there is another approach which is called as the trait approach. The trait approach has given emphasis on whatever the traits are there, trait is there, those traits, as we know that personality theories are given more emphasis on trait and type. Different by taking many traits, we are going to determine a type. And those traits, whatever the traits the individual have occupied, on the basis of it, the personality of an individual is going to determine. So that is called as the trait approach. So trait plays a very important role to determine the personality of an individual. So that is the trait approach. Social cognitive approach. Social cognitive approach has given importance on What is the cognitive development of an individual? Cognitive means development related to brain is known as the cognitive development. It means importance of cognition. Here, the social cognitive approach given importance on the cognition. Development of the cognition is going to determine the personality of an individual. The individual whose cognitive ability is more, they are able to behave more, their personality is more refined than the persons whose cognitive development is less. So cognitive development of an individual, it means brain development of an individual, have a play a very important role to determine the personality of an individual. Okay, according to the socio, and not only that cognitive development, how that cognitive development they are able to manage from the social aspects, from the social point of view, that is going to determine the personality of an individual. And another approach is the humanistic approach. Humanistic approach has given importance on the personal feelings of an individual, personal beliefs of an individual, self actualization. All these things are going to determine the personality of an individual. It means to what extent the persons have developed the beliefs and thoughts. We know that every individual used to develop certain beliefs and thoughts. When we observe many things in our surroundings, out of that we perceive certain things, and whatever we perceive, we give importance on those. Whatever we perceive, we give importance to those within us. And those perception, for after a long period of time, it is going to convert to a thought, and when the thought remains, we want to reflect it in terms of our action. And when we are going to do several times the same action, it is going to convert to our habit. And all these things is going to determine our personality. So, personal beliefs, personal feelings, personal thought, self actualization, all these things plays a very important role to determine the personality of an individual according to the humanistic approach. So, these are the different approach which is highlighted differently regarding personality. Next, we will come and we will discuss regarding factors influence personality. What are the factors are there which have the impact on personality, and those are the unconscious and the subconscious behavior, our temperament. And temperament means our emotional responsiveness. Temperament, emotionally how we respond, that is called as our temperament. And those emotional responsiveness also influence our personality. Our learning, what is our learning level, how we learn, and to what extent we have learned, and what we have learned we are able to express in terms of our action and work. That also is going to influence our personality. And certain biological factors is also going to influence our personality, like the health condition, your physical appearance, and as a person, whatever the disease are there within an individual, how physically a person is fit, physical appearance, physical fitness, all these things also influence our personality. Like certain environmental factors also influence the personality, where we used to live in a hot environment or in a cool environment, and what is the physical weather in the environment where we are live, what type of foods are available in our environment, what type of foods mostly we take. Those also have an impact in our personality. Like the family plays a very important role to shape the personality of an individual. The personality of other individuals in the family has the direct impact on the personality of the child. It means if the personality of father, parents, and the all other elders who are living, they have that direct impact, because we know the child is going to observe at every moment and is going to influence both physically, emotionally, and in terms of work also by the others. So it has the family members' personality have a more impact on the personality of the child or the adult. Okay, so parenting style, what is the style? parenting, we know parenting is a skill, and all the parents are not parenting in the same way. Every parents have their unique style. They used to, some parents are there who used to give more restriction on their children. There are some parents who have always used to give more freedom. There are certain parents who make a balance of it. They give importance to their children. They used to give importance on the decision of their children. They accept their child as they are. So parenting plays a very important role to determine the personality of the child. Like media, every day what type of the things the child is going to be get exposed. Suppose we can take example of TV, newspaper, social media, and the pictures, films. What are the films the person is going to watch? All these things has the impact directly or indirectly in the personality of a child. Like the friend circle, with whom I am going to mix, with whom I have the friend circle, with whom I am spending my time. That is also directly or indirectly influencing the personality of the child. So the again, at last, we can say the self concept, self actualization, emotions, and these all are going to play the very important role to shape the personality. So many factors are there. As already I told to you, personality is a very complex phenomena. It is very difficult to define exactly what is personality. It is going to cover many things, and many factors has the influence on the personality. But we can say at last that personality is such a thing which differs from each and every individual. Every individual has some certain personality. So at last we can say that personality is certain thing, how we perceive an individual in the society, and how the individual also perceive himself and herself in the society. So that is, at last we can say, this is the personality. So how, what are the steps and techniques are they we can take regarding the development of personality of an individual? No doubt we have now learned personality is going to influence by certain things, but how in the school life and then the college we can try to bring the development of our personality? Nowadays we will see many training program is going to occur in terms of the personality development. Okay, so no, no, education plays a no doubt very important role regarding the development of the personality. So not only that, education, socialization is also plays a very important role regarding the personality. And um, as how the child is going to develop in the nature, and how we can make the nurture of the child, nature and nurture. As we know, nature has certain things, but when the child get the exposure to the environment, how we nurture, that is also going to influence the personality. So these are more or less the certain concepts regarding the personality. Okay. I think my voice is audible to all of you and PPT is visible to all of you. Anyone can assure me, please?
Yes, ma'am.
Yes. Anyone have any doubt till now, whatever we have discussed? PPT is visible to all of you? Are you getting whatever I am going to discuss here? Are you able to understand?
Yes, ma'am.
Visible.
Yes. If any doubt is there anywhere, you can also ask. It's not. So till now we have completed the block 1, 2 units we have completed. Okay. 2 units have already we have completed, and that is regarding the college students characteristics, challenge, and how to develop, how to overcome those challenges. And another is regarding the personality, approaches of personality, factors of personality, and how we can bring the development of personality among our children. Okay. Regarding anything, any doubt is there regarding all these 2 units? No? So we will move forward. अरे किछि कुह तम माने कहिले मु जानि जे तमे माने बुझुछ नचत मु भाबी कि जे मु खाली बोधे वन साइडेड कहूची
मैम पीपीटी
पीपीटी विजिबल होउनी
नो मैम कुछ देखा जाओ ब्लैक
अच्छा ओके आउ थरे देखो कुह एबी पीपीटी देखा जाउची
ना मैम
नहीं
मैम कुछ देखा
एबे देखा
जाओ
गेला
यस मैम यस मैम
देखा गेला अच्छा
यस मैम
तो हमें एबे पर्यंत फैक्टर्स इन्फ्लुएंस पर्सनालिटी प्रोसेस ऑफ पर्सनालिटी डेवलपमेंट ए पर्यंत हमें डिस्कशन कले एंड दैट इज गोइंग टू कवर अप टू यूनिट 2 ब्लॉक 1 यूनिट 2 okay next your third unit is regarding the cognition we will discuss about the cognition can anyone tell to me what do you mean by cognition माने तुम माने कौन बुझुचो अरे तुम माने सब मॉड्यूल देखिचो मॉड्यूल सब पाई पाखरे थिबो देखिथिबो ओके ठीक अछि एबे यूनिट 3 रे हमें कॉग्निशन अच्छा अच्छा हो ठीक अछि हमें डिस्कशन करूची तमे जतले आसीबो तम माने भी देखिला ओटे तमर अंडरस्टैंडिंग क्लियर होबो तो हमें एबे वर्तमान कॉग्निशन ऊपर डिस्कशन करिबा cognition cognition is the word has taken from the cognitive means regarding related to the brain okay so cognitive development means development related to in terms of the brain so brain रो जेतले हमें डेवलपमेंट कथा कहूचे brain रो डेवलपमेंट माने मोस्टली हमें कहो हमें भाबू जे हमरो knowledge understanding application skill and we can say how to analyze how to synthesize attention perceiving these all are the things is going to cover under the cognition so cognition is the activity knowing the acquisition organization and use of knowledge तो cognition कथा कहले जेतले हमें brain related कथा कहूचे गोटी individual how able to accept the things how able to remember all those things and how able to construct his own knowledge and after construction of the knowledge how able to retain it memory जोड़ा हमें कहूचे कि memory how to retain all these things and how to able to analyze or the process the knowledge and how to apply it in the day to day life all these things are coming under the cognitive development of an individual and we know biologically when a child has born already is having certain cognition a child when born also there are certain cognitive development is there and gradually according to the age the cognitive development is a natural process of development naturally according to the completion of a first year second year third year certain cognitive development automatically for a normal child it will occur so like that when a person used to reach at the age of 18 or after we are now here mostly discussing regarding the cognitive development of our children in the adulthood it means after completion of adolescence in the primary stage of the adulthood and adult when the child is entering to the adulthood how the cognitive development have already occurred because we know cognitive development ଯେମିତି कि ଆମର cognitive development ର different theory ଅଛି Piaget ଙ୍କ theory ତମାନେ ସମସ୍ତେ ଜାଣିଥିବ ବୋଧେ how he has categorized all the cognitive development into the different groups according to the age ଅନୁସାରେ ଆମର କଣ cognitive development ହୁଏ clearly mentioned in the Piaget theory of development cognitive development we will discuss also that theory here but the stages of cognition suppose we will see first it is going to give emphasis on sensing we whatever we have learned the things in our life we learn by help of our five sense organs it means by seeing by listening or by touching or by feeling or by experiencing so sensation plays a very important role for the cognitive development then attending all those things we sense whatever we have to make it attending is also a part of the cognitive development again perceiving perceive all those. Many things occur in our surroundings, but the rate of perception is not same for all. We perceive the things according to us. It means, suppose take example, a same teacher is going to teach in the class, 30 students are there, but all are not going to learn in the same way, because we each and everyone differ in terms of observing, we each and everyone differ in terms of listening, we each and everyone differ in terms of perceiving the things. So level of perception plays a very important role regarding the cognitive development. So the person who perceive more is able to analyze more. Okay, and the perception plays a very important role for the cognitive development. And after that, whatever we perceive, we are not going to give a place within us. We perceive certain things, and after perception, all those things we are going to analyze it, whether it is correct or not, whether that is true or not. We used to make a self analysis, and after that, what is good according to us, we give a place to it within us, and we are going to create a thought on it. We are, if a thought is going to make it for a long period of time, we are going to convert it into a belief. Okay, and on the basis of our belief, we are acting in our surroundings. On the basis of our thoughts, our beliefs is going to determine our action. So this cognitive development plays a very important role for the development of a individual. Okay, and if suppose we will explain all this cognitive development, then we has to give focus on three things. One is knowledge base, another is cognitive strategy, and another is metacognition. So knowledge base, from where we used to get the knowledge, then we have the different strategy to express our cognitive ability, and last one is called as the metacognition. So these are the things is going to determine the cognition of an individual. Then there are certain approaches to cognition. Already I told to you, many psychologists has developed their theories regarding the cognitive development, and out of them, Piaget is the famous psychologist who have explained in a very well manner the cognitive development of an individual. Okay, so that is called as Piaget's view. And another is the information processing approach, and another is there the discovery approach, social learning approach, and constructivism approach. So different approaches are there where it is explained very nicely regarding the development of cognition. Okay, so first we will discuss regarding Piaget's approach, Piaget's cognitive approach. आगुरु तुम माने जानिचो पियाजेंकर कॉग्निटिव डेवलपमेंट थ्योरी पढिचो बीएड रे किबा तमरो ग्रेजुएशन रे पढिथिबो निश्चय जानिचो कहि परिबो मते कि तांगर तीनटा स्टेज कोन थिला
मैम तमन नॉलेज आउ एक्विजिशन एसिमिलेशन तीनटा पार्ट रे से डिवाइड करते हैं कॉग्निटिव लेवल को आउ स्टेजेस तांकर चारटा थिला सेंसरी मोटर प्रियोपर्सनल कंप्यूटेशनल फॉर्मल.
ओके, वेरी गुड, वेरी नाइस हैला. पियाजे जते बेले कहितले से हम गुटे इंडिविजुअल रो कॉग्निटिव डेवलपमेंट को चारिटा स्टेज रे से डिवाइड करके एक्सप्लेन करथिले. तो फर्स्ट स्टेज ता होची कोन सेंसरी मोटर स्टेज. ओके, सेंसरी मोटर स्टेज इज को टाइम पीरियड ता गोटे छुआ जन्म हेलाठू तार 2 वर्ष पर्यंत जो डेवलपमेंट हुए, दैट स्टेज इज कॉल्ड एज द सेंसरी मोटर स्टेज. ओके, then next stage is called as the pre-operational stage. Pre-operational stage कोन ना 2 वर्ष रु 7 वर्ष भितरे जो cognitive development हुए सेटा को कहा जायतिला pre-operational stage. ए स्टेज को सी आउरी दि भाग रे डिवाइड करतले तार जेटा सब स्टेज करथिले गोटे होची pre-conceptual stage आ गोटे होची intuitive stage. Okay, pre-operational stage is again divided into two types. 2 to 4 years भितरे जोटा थिला ताकू कहिथिले pre-conceptual stage आ गोटे थिला इंटुइटिव स्टेज. सेमिति थर्ड थिला तांकर कोन ना कंक्रीट ऑपरेशनल स्टेज. 7 रु 11 वर्ष भितरे जो प्रकार ब्रेन डेवलपमेंट हबो से स्टेज टाको कहा जायतिला कंक्रीट ऑपरेशनल स्टेज सेमिति लास्ट स्टेज ता थिला तांकर फॉर्मल ऑपरेशनल स्टेज जोटा कि 11 वर्ष पर तो जदि आमे एठी वर्तमान आमे कॉलेज पिलांक विषय रे कथा होचे एडल्टहुड कथा होचे तो डेफिनेटली 18 वर्ष पिलांक माने दे विल कम अंडर द फॉर्मल ऑपरेशनल स्टेज आ फॉर्मल ऑपरेशनल स्टेज रे पहुंचिला बेलकू पिला मानकर सब प्रकार डेवलपमेंट हो जाए जेमति कि आमे कहबा जे एनालाइजिंग कैपेसिटी सिंथेसाइजिंग कैपेसिटी कंपेयरिंग प्रॉब्लम सॉल्विंग सब प्रकार each and every type of development mostly used to occur in the formal operational stage okay so Piaget करो से चारिटा कथा ऊपर मोस्टली फोकस करथिले कोन गोटे होची adaptation assimilation accommodation और रहला equilibration we each and every individual used to do all these four activities in our day to day life okay से प्रथमे कहिथिले बेसी इंपोर्टेंस देथिले स्कीमा स्कीमा सुनिछ ना स्कीमा वर्डटा सुनिछ
Yes, ma'am.
पियाजेन को थ्योरी रे स्कीमा माने पियाजे बहुत इंपोर्टेंस देथिले स्कीमा माने किछि नु the mental disposition it means when the child born the child already born with certain knowledge से माने the new born child रो मध्ये किछि गोटे तार mental disposition पाए जो जो तार mental power ता थाए ताको कह जायतिला स्कीमा तो से जो एबिलिटी तार तार ग्रेजुअली तार केमिति चेंज होउचे तार केमिति डेवलपमेंट होउचे and at every stage every individual learn everything on the basis of his own rate and pace whatever the things we have learned in our life nobody has taught to us आमे भाबुचे जे मते के पढे देला मु सिखि जीवी मते से माने कहिला मु करि देली नो we learn everything on our own effort आमे जहा भी सिखुचे जहा भी करूचे we have learned according to our own rate आमे आमो अनुसारे आमर परसेप्शन अनुसारे आमर मेंटल डिस्पोजिशन अनुसारे we learn and जो जिनसटा को आमे गुरुत्व देइचे से जिनसटा को आमे सिखि पारिचे जोडा को आमे नेग्लेक्ट करिचे सेटा आमे सिखि पारिनी किबा जोथरे हमर इंटरेस्ट अछि आमे सिखि पारिचे जोथरे हमर इंटरेस्ट नाही आमे सिखि पारिनी तो एवरी इंडिविजुअल learn according to his own rate and pace no one else is responsible to the learning of an individual आउ जहा आमे वर्तमान कहूचे teacher education surroundings these all are there only to supplement केवल supplement ପାଇଁ एई सब जिनिस अछि but every individual learn according to his own race and pace which is highlighted by Piaget in his cognitive development theory and केमिति हमें learn करू ना we learn everything in the four sub stage process by help of adaptation by help of assimilation or by help of accommodation the three process is going to occur in every moment whenever we are going to learn something this three process is going to occur and at last we used to reach in a stage that is called as the equilibration okay suppose whenever a new environment is there for the child जेतेबेले नुवा एनवायरनमेंट रो गुटे एक्सपोजर पाए गुटे लोको either the individual dita jinस हबा को चाहे either the individual want to adjust to the situation or the individual want to change the situation so when as an individual you want to adjust to the situation that is called as adaptation जेतेबेले आमे गुटे नुवा सिचुएशन सहित निजको बदलै दो निजको चेंज करके आमे एडजस्ट करिया को चाहू that is called as adaptation okay it means certain things are there and I have changed myself to according to that so that is a learning on the basis of my mental process and that is called as the adaptation but certain sometimes we not only want to change ourselves certain times the individual want to change others for the according to himself or herself that is called as the assimilation suppose we want to change the system we want to change the process so that is called as the assimilation okay and again we want to make a accommodate both we want to adapt and assimilate sometimes we adapt sometimes we assimilate and we want to accommodate to it accommodation and after being this process we want to reach to a point and that point is called as the equilibration okay, it means balancing assimilation and accommodation is known as the equilibration suppose Either we want to adapt or we want to assimilate, and we reach to a stage of accommodation. And if the process of balancing is going to occur between these two, assimilation and accommodation, that is known as the equilibration. ବୁଝିପାରିଲ? ବୁଝିପାରୁଛ ସମସ୍ତେ? And every individual learn the things on the basis of these three, and that is according to the cognitive development of a child. Okay, cognitive development of an individual. The person's cognitive development plays a very important role, how to accommodate, how to assimilate, and how to adapt. Adaptation, assimilation, and accommodation is going to influence by the cognitive development of an individual. So this is the more or less regarding the Piaget's approach, his stages of cognitive development and his approach. ବୁଝିପାରିଲ ସମସ୍ତେ? What is Piaget's cognitive development? What is adaptation? What is assimilation? What is accommodation? Okay. Next, ଆମେ discussion କରିବା information processing approach. What is information processing approach? Information processing approach is a scientific approach. ଆମେ ଯେମିତି ବର୍ତ୍ତମାନ କହୁଛେ ଯେ ଆମର input, then process, then output. Everywhere, if input is there, an input is going to be processed, and then we will find the output. Like that, when we are talking regarding the cognition also, input is our sensing register. As I already told to you, our sense organs are the gateway of our knowledge. Whatever we learn, our sense organs are responsible for it. So sensory register means by the sense organs plays a very important role to get the input. Okay. Then processing is going to occur by our cognitive development, our cognitive strategy. Our cognitive, it means to what extent my cognitive development is there. To that level, I am able to process my input. Whatever input we got by help of my sense organs, it is going to be processed by help of my cognitive development. And last is the response. Response is our behaviors. How it is going to be processed within me, it is going to reflect in terms of my behavior. And behavior is our response. So this is a scientific approach which I have explained how an individual learn by help of all these three. Like short-term memory, here the cognitive strategy ଯେତେବେଳେ କଥା କହୁଛେ ସେଥିରେ information processing, analyzing, remembering, organizing, these all will come under the cognitive strategy. ଯେମିତି ଆମେ ଯୋଉ input ପାଇଲେ ଆମେ ତାକୁ କେମିତି process କରୁଛେ, process କରିକି ତାକୁ କେମିତି ଆମେ ତାକୁ analyze କଲା ପରେ କେମିତି ତାକୁ retain କରୁଛେ ନିଜ ଭିତରେ, ସେଟାକୁ କେମିତି long term retain କରିବି ନା short term, ଆଜି ମତେ ଏଇ ଜିନିଷଟା ଦରକାର ସେଥିପାଇଁ ମୁଁ କେବଳ ମନେ ରଖୁଛି, but it's not required, then it will be delete from my memory. So we have the two types of memory, short term memory, long term memory. How I have retained it, and after retain also, how, to what extent I am able to use it, I am able to organize it, to what extent I am applying it in my work, in my action, in my thought, in everywhere. To what extent that knowledge is going to help me in our practical life. So that is going to call as the organization. So this is the process of cognitive development which is explained by information processing approach. Like discovery approach. Discovery approach, this is the approach which is suggested by Brunner, the psychologist, who has suggested the discovery approach. And according to him, discovery plays a very important role in the learning process of an individual. And he has suggested for the guided discovery approach. Guided discovery approach means according to him, every individual learn on the basis of the discovery done by the individual. We are not going to learn the things directly. We want to learn on the basis of our own discovery. So Brunner has given more emphasis on discovery, and he has suggested discovery must be a very good method for teaching at the school and the college level. We should not teach everything to our children as the ready-made information and the knowledge. We must give them the scope to discover themselves. So discovery must be one of the important approach for the learning at the higher level also. And not only the discovery, he has suggested that discovery must be done by the students, but according to the guidance of the teacher, which is called as the guided discovery. Okay, and guided discovery plays a very important approach for the cognitive development. It means whatever the things is already there, we will pass from generation to generation, then it will be only the inculcation of the knowledge. So new things, new knowledge will not arrive in the society. So we must give the scope to our children to discover themselves. We should not give only the old ideas, old knowledge, ready-made things which is available to them. But we must encourage them to do themselves, and teacher must play the important role as a facilitator to facilitate them in their process of discovery, to guide them in the process of discovery, so that they will able to find the new knowledge, new things. And again, at last, it must be evaluated by the teachers. It must be, before going to accept it, it must be synthesized, it must be analyzed by the others, then only it can convert to a knowledge. But we should not only give importance on transmission of knowledge or transfer of knowledge. We must give more scope to our children to discover the new things. So this is the main theme of discovery approach. And according to Brunner, discovery plays a very important role for the cognitive development. Real cognitive development will be occur when the individual is under the discovery process, want to find out the things themselves, then only the real cognitive development will be occur. And another approach is the socio-cultural learning approach. Socio-cultural learning approach. Socio-cultural learning approach is suggested by the Vygotsky, and it is also known as the constructivism approach. I think all of you have listened about the constructivism approach. Constructivism कौन ता विषय टिके भी जानिଛ तम माने कौन? What is constructivism? Kind of each and everything, it is not possible to explain here. So if you will tell to me, you know what is constructivism, then we will proceed. Can anyone tell to me, you know what is constructivism?
मैम कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म स्टूडेंट्स माने निजे with the help of someone else, like the MQ जोटा हम कहते वो भी करती तांकर हेल्प रे तांकर जो जर्सीटा दोनों पर्सनल डेवलपमेंट है दोनों फैक्चुअल डेवलपमेंट रो ता डेवलप ही है आइटम भाई गोष्ठी ही तो प्रोडक्ट है.
ओके, ठीक है, बहुत बहुत बढ़िया, बहुत वेरी गुड. यू नो ऑलरेडी रिगार्डिंग कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म. सो कंस्ट्रक्टिविज्म रो वर्ड टरू ही हमें जानि पारुथिबा जे we should not give the ready-made knowledge to our children. Children will learn and construct their knowledge themselves. Okay, so here also importance is given on the construct of knowledge, not transfer of knowledge. Knowledge must not transfer from teachers to student. Child must construct his own knowledge himself and herself. So either constructivism constructivism has always has given importance on experience. The child always learn according to himself and herself, and learning by doing. The importance has also has given on learning by doing. आमे केबे भी कोनोसी knowledge को केवल transfer करि परिबानी जनक को जनक पाखु till the child will get the practical exposure to the learning and will learn by doing the things, then only it will be the real knowledge. So there the child will construct his own knowledge himself and herself. And according to constructivist, experience plays a very important role to construct the knowledge. So where they will get the experience? Definitely from the near surroundings, from the society, from the culture, from the environment. So the constructivist always has given more importance to give more exposure to our children, to the society, to the environment, to their culture, so that they will learn themselves and they will construct their own knowledge. That is the main theme of constructivism, which is also called as the socio-cultural learning. It means child will learn from the society, from the culture, himself and herself. And this theory is mostly suggested by Vygotsky, which is also known as a constructivist psychologist. Vygotsky. And here they have given more importance on social interaction and zone of proximal development and scaffolding. Three things are mostly emphasized by Vygotsky in his theory, and he has given importance that a child will be learn who has more practical exposure. The child will learn not only by sitting inside a classroom, not only by listening to an individual, but the child will learn who have the more exposure visits or who have more practical experience. Then only the child will be learned. So in his theory has given more importance on the exposure or experience of the child. And society plays a very important role in the learning process. Okay, society plays a very important, because society gives the scope to learn. So the child must be get more exposure to the society. And according to him also, there is a stage of development which is called as the zone of proximal development. In everyone's life, there is a certain time where the rate of learning is highest, and that is called as the zone of proximal development. And at that time, if a learn individual is present within your side, then the individual learn from that person. S is going to help, and that is called as the scaffolding. And the teacher is going to play the role of a scaffolder. It means when there is a chance of highest rate of learning, at that time, the learn individual is the teacher. A child is going to learn in the process, and by the side, the teacher is there as a learned individual. So wherever the child faces the problem, the teacher is there to provide the help. So, and that is called as the scaffolding, and role of the teacher is as a scaffolder, not to teach everything, everything to the child, but to help the child in the process of learning. And that is called as the zone of proximal development. And he also has given importance on the social interaction of the child. A child will learn who will interact more with the society and will get more practical exposure to the society, then the child will be learn more and more. Okay, so this is about the socio-cultural learning. The next, we will move to individual variation in cognition. As we know, we each and every individual differ from each other, and which is called as the individual difference. Okay, even the same parents have the two children, they're totally different from each other in terms of their all type of development, in physical development, in cognitive development, in social development, in emotional development. Even though both the children have got the same environment, same parents, same learning environment, still the rate of learning and the development for the both child is never same. So that is called as the individual difference, and that individual variation is also there for each and every individual in terms of cognition. Our rate of learning differ from person to person. As already I told you, same teacher is going to teach for the 30 children, but the rate of learning of the 30 children is different. Every child learn according to his own style and own way and own rate, and that is called as the individual variation in cognition. And further, certain factors are there which is responsible for individual variation in cognition, that is your attention and perception. Our cognition differ on in terms of our attention. To what extent you are attentive to learn, it is going to determine your cognitive development. What is your level of perception, it is going to determine your cognitive development. Then what is your style of learning, cognitive style, how you are going to learn, how you are going to perceive the things in a different style, that is also going to influence your cognitive development, your learning style, your intellectual ability. And we know that intellectual ability is also a biological factor. our intellectual the ability differ from person to person, that also plays a very important role in our cognitive development. Then your self concept, emotional health of the individual. Even though you are highly intelligent, but you are not emotionally intelligent, it is also going to influence your cognitive development. Then last, we can say your readiness to learn. To what extent you are ready to learn, you want to really interest to learn, that is also going to influence your cognitive development. So these are the certain factors which is going to keep an impact on cognitive development of an individual. Okay, so this is more less regarding the cognition in your unit 3. And next is about the unit 4 is about the intelligence. Intelligence and creativity. Unit 4 is about the intelligence and creativity. Many theories are also there under this unit regarding intelligence and creativity. So before going to start intelligence and creativity, can anyone assure me that both the things are the same or the different? What is intelligence and what is creativity? I think both are the same or intelligent. Differ.
Ma'am,
Intelligence and
both are
creativity.
different. Both are different. Not
Different.
same.
Both are absolutely different. Very good. Can an other one tell to me what is the difference is there between intelligence and creativity? ଆଉ କିଏ କହିବ କଣ ଯଦି different କଣ difference ଅଛି? ଆରେ ତମେ ଜାଣିଲ ଯଦି different, କଣ ତ different ଜାଣିଥିବ? Intelligence କଣ, creativity କଣ? ଦିଟା ଯାକ ଏକା କଥା ନା ଦିଟା ଯାକ ଅଲଗା ଜିନିଷ? ଦିଟା ଯାକ ସହିତ କଣ relation ଅଛି? ଯିଏ intelligent, that person is creative. Who is creative? The person is intelligent. Are you agree with me? जे इंटेलिजेंट से क्रिएटिव, इज इट? अरे किछि तो रेस्पोंड करो, जानिछ जदि को नाही जदि हम डिस्कशन करिवा।
नहीं नहीं सेमिति किसी सम एक्सटेंट एटा हेई पारे जे इंटेलिजेंट माने क्रिएटिव हे बट कंप्लीटली एटा न हो दीटा इंटरलिंक तो अछि बट कंप्लीटली एटा न जे जे इंटेलिजेंट हेइ से क्रिएटिव हेइ ही थिबो बहुत इंटेलिजेंट व्यक्ति मन थाइ पान जे कि क्रिएटिविटी तांका भीतर नथिबो बुझि पारे।
अच्छा, ओके, बोथ आर द डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट। इंटेलिजेंट गोटे अलग एस्पेक्ट, क्रिएटिविटी गोटे अलग एस्पेक्ट हैला। तो इंटेलिजेंट माने जे क्रिएटिव हेइथिबो बोली माने नुहो कि जे क्रिएटिव दैट पर्सन कैन बी इंटेलिजेंट आल्सो। इट्स देयर इज नो to some extent relation may be there in individual case. Individual case रे तार किछि थाई पारे किंतु both are not related to each other हैला। both are the different aspects. Okay, a highly intelligent people also may not be creative. ଆଉ ଆମେ ବି ଜାଣିଛେ intelligence also different types of intelligence are there. ଆମେ ତ intelligence କଥା କହୁଛେ, ଆମେ general intelligence କଥା କହୁଛେ, emotional intelligence କଥା कहुचे, spiritual intelligence କଥା कहुचे. So intelligence is also not only one type. General intelligence, emotional intelligence, spiritual intelligence. Nowadays we are going to tell that technological intelligence, or we can say that जेमति कि हमरो kinesthetic intelligence.
Multiple intelligence theory जेटा हार्ड गार्डनर करा तो
हाँ डिफरेंट इंटेलिजेंस अछि। इंटेलिजेंस रो भी डिफरेंट एस्पेक्ट अछि। जने जनकर काइनेस्थेटिक इंटेलिजेंस अधिका, जो माने शीघ्र गाड़ी चलेवा सिखि दे परिबे, जे कोनो से जिंस को हैंडल करिवर सिखि परिबे, माने काइन फिजिकल वे रे इंटेलिजेंस। तो इंटेलिजेंस इज आल्सो a broad area. It also have the different aspects. So it has no relation with creativity. Okay, creativity is a separate different thing. Okay, so जेतले हम इंटेलिजेंस कथा कहूचे, जेतले जनरल इंटेलिजेंस कथा कहूचे, इट इज मोस्टली ए हेरिडिटरी इन नेचर। जनरल इंटेलिजेंस कथा जोटा कहूचे जे हाईली इंटेलेक्चुअल पेरेंट्स करो मोस्टली पिला माने इंटेलिजेंट होबार चांस अधिका। ओके, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज द जनरल इंटेलिजेंस। but it is not related to emotional intelligence. Emotional intelligence mostly depends on the environment. Heredity plays a very less role to determine the emotional intelligence of an individual. Environment, where the child is born and brought up, that plays a very important role to determine the emotional intelligence of an individual. And research is going to reveal that the persons are more successful in life who are emotionally intelligent than the general intelligent. But a general intelligent loko apeksha, the person who are emotionally intelligent, they are more successful persons in their life. Okay, so emotional intelligence plays a very important role in a in an individual's life. Like there is a spiritual intelligence. So intelligence has the different aspects. Okay, so আমি যদি এটি দেখিবা, but all are some impact is there, some to some extent it is related. Okay, so আমি যদি কহিবা intelligence মানে কোন, so intelligence is the ability to learn, to have problems, to pose the problems, to solve the problems. କାହାକୁ ଆମେ intelligent ମାନେ କଣ ନା ଯାର ଶିଖିବାର ଏବିଲିଟି ଅଧିକା ଥାଏ, ଯୋଉମାନେ ପ୍ରୋବ୍ଲେମ ସହିତ ବି କାମ କରିପାରିବା, problem ku solve kar dei pariba, that is called as a intellectual ability. Okay, and jemti ame कहले जे विभिन्न multiple intelligence are there and all are
emotional intelligence describe kari kon please.
Emotional intelligence. I think you know what is emotion. Emotion is a psychological disposition.
State of mind.
Emotion कौन इमोशन माने कौन बुझुछ को इमोशन काहा गोटे गोटे इमोशन रो गोटे एग्जांपल दियो कौन कोडा को हम इमोशन कहूचे जेमते हमें कहिबा लव इज ए इमोशन
गाड़ी पड़िले
अफेक्शन
हमको दुख लागे आज्ञा से भी गोटे प्रकार इमोशन मैम जेमते गाड़ी हेले हमको दुख लागे से भी गोटे प्रकार इमोशन
yes
लव
we
अफेक्शन से
have
भी गोटे
two types of emotion, positive emotion and negative emotion. Happiness is a emotion, खुशी होबा is a emotion. Okay, it is a positive emotion. Okay, praise is a positive emotion, sympathy is a positive emotion, compassion is a positive emotion. Seମିତି amar fear is a negative emotion, stress is a negative emotion. Okay, so there are in everyone's life there is positive emotions are there, negative emotion. Jealous is a negative emotion. Okay, so positive emotions are there, negative emotions are there, but we must learn how to make the balance of it. आमे केमिति हमर इमोशन को आमे कंट्रोल करि परिबा आ इमोशन हमर केमिति निज कंट्रोल रे रहइबो सेटा जति सिखिबाटा को कहा जाय जे इमोशनली इंटेलिजेंट. ओके, तो जेमिति आमे पॉजिटिव इमोशन गुडा को आमे अधिका इंपोर्टेंस दबा, पॉजिटिव इमोशन गुडा को आम भितरे ग्रो करेबा. नेगेटिव इमोशन तो आसी ऑटोमेटिक, इट इज देयर इन आवर पार्ट ऑफ आवर लाइफ. Okay, fear will be there, but we must know how to overcome it. Okay, stress will be there, jealous will be there, compare करिबा, compare is also negative emotion. Okay, काहा सहित काहा को compare करिबा कि निजु को काहा सहित compare करिबा, this is a negative emotion. So we must know that how we must give focus on positive emotions, how we must make a overcome our own negative emotion. That is called as the emotional intelligence. The person who are emotionally intelligent, they know how to handle their emotion. ସେମାନେ ସେମାନଙ୍କର ଇମୋସନ କୁ କେମିତି ହ୍ୟାଣ୍ଡଲ କରିବା ଶିଖିବାଟାକୁ କୁହାଯାଏ ଯେ ଇମୋସନାଲ ଇଣ୍ଟେଲିଜେଣ୍ଟ. and emotional every individual must be emotionally intelligent, otherwise you cannot lead your life. society रे माने ଗୋଟେ balance life lead କରିବାକୁ ହେଲେ ଆମକୁ emotionally intelligent ହବା ନିହାତି ଦରକାର. emotional intelligence depends on the environment where we are going to live. ଆମର जो नियर एनवायरमेंट आमे जोठी रहुचे, हम फैमिली को किमा हम सराउंडिंग को किमा हमर सांग साथी को किमा जोठी आमे जा सते माने प्रत्येक दिन आमे जा सते डील करूचे सेम इंडिविजुअल्स, these are have a very great impact on your emotional intelligence. So emotional intelligence plays a very important role in terms of intelligence. So emotional intelligence is going to determine the success of an individual in the life. ସେଇ ଜିନିଷଟାକୁ ଆମେ କେମିତି ପିଲାମାନଙ୍କ ଭିତରେ ଡେଭଲପ କରିବା ସେଟାକୁ ଆମେ ଫୋକସ କରିବା ଦରକାର. ତ ଏଇ ଇଣ୍ଟେଲିଜେନ୍ସ ଉପରେ ଆମର ବହୁତ ଥିଓରି ଅଛି. ତମ ସବୁ ଥିଓରି ଗୁଡାକ ତ ପୁରା ଡିଟେଲ ଡିସ୍କସନ କରିବା ତ ଇଟ୍ସ ନଟ୍ ପସିବଲ. ଜଷ୍ଟ କେତେଟା ଥିଓରିର ଇମ୍ପୋର୍ଟାଣ୍ଟ ଜିନିଷ ଗୁଡାକ ଆମେ ହାଇଲାଇଟ କରିଛୁ ମୁଁ ଏଇ ପିପିଟିରେ, ସେଗୁଡାକ ଆମେ ଟିକେ ଡିସ୍କସନ କରିବା. प्रथमे डिस्कशन करिवा साइकोमेट्रिक थ्योरी ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस psychometric theory and this theory have given importance some primary mental abilities केतरा primary mental abilities ऊपर ए theory टा importance देइची देखा जाउची पीपीटी देखा जाउची पीपीटी टा देखा जाउची पीपीटी जोटा शेयर करची देखा जाउची समस्त को
यस देखा होची
अच्छा ठीक अछि तो एबे एटे देखो साइकोमेट्रिक थ्योरी ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस ए जो थरे ए कहा जाईची जे प्राइमरी मेंटल एबिलिटीज गुडा को बहुत इंपोर्टेंट रोल प्ले करे फॉर इंटेलेक्चुअल डेवलपमेंट कोन ना वर्बल कॉम्प्रिहेंशन वर्ड फ्लुएंसी नंबर स्पेस एसोसिएटिव मेमोरी perceptual speed reasoning fluid intelligence and crystallized intelligence साइकोमेट्रिक थ्योरी ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस कहूची एगुडा कहूची गोटे क्राइटेरिया जोटा की गोटे इंडिविजुअल रो इंटेलिजेंस को डिटरमाइन करे और से एबिलिटी गुडा कोन ना वर्बल कॉम्प्रिहेंशन जो लोक मानकर वोकैबुलरी एबिलिटी अधिका इट शोज दैट दैट पर्सन इज इंटेलिजेंट विभिन्न वोकैबुलरी एबिलिटी अधिका माने बुझी पारुथबो वर्बल कम्युनिकेशन जे माने संगे संगे सुनी करी बुझी देई पारुथबो किबा जे कोनोसे गुटे जिंस सुनिला परे ताकू निजो वर्ड रे निजो ये रे एक्सप्लेन कर देई पारुथबो वर्बल कम्प्रिहेंशन निजे कम्प्रिहेंड करि पारुथबो सुनी की गुटे जिंस को कम्प्रिहेंड करि पारुथबो निजो वर्ड रे कहि देई पारुथबो if that ability is there it shows that the individual is intelligent okay it shows it is one of the primary ability of intelligence okay verbal comprehension like word fluency जार जेते वोकैबुलरी अधिका नॉलेज थिबो गोटे भाषा ऊपर जार अधिका ज्ञान थिबो विभिन्न प्रकार शब्द जानुथिबो केमति शब्द संयोजन करिवार जानुथिबो वाक्य केमति कहिवार जानुथिबो गोटे जिंस को केमति रिप्रेजेंट करिवो सेटार तार फ्लुएंसी थिबो देन आल्सो इट इज ए सिम्पटम ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस लाइक नंबर एबिलिटी नंबर ऊपर आमे जेमति न्यूमेरिकल एबिलिटी कहूचे हमर जेते न्यूमेरिकल ऑपरेशन अछि शीघ्र शीघ्र करि परथिबो मिश्रण फेडान हरण गुणन किबा जेते मैथमेटिकल ऑपरेशन अछि शीघ्र करि देई परथिबो देन इट इज a symbol of intelligence like space ऊपर जेमति डिफरेंट स्पैटियल अंडरस्टैंडिंग डिफरेंट टाइप रो स्पेस को बुझी पारुथिबो हमर जेमति ज्योमेट्रिकल शेप तार ऑपरेशंस एंड ऑल दिस थिंग्स इट इज आल्सो ए सिम्पटम ऑफ इंटेलिजेंस जेमति एसोसिएटिव मेमोरी गोटे गोटे मेमोरी को आ गोटे मेमोरी को इंटरलिंक करि पारुथिबो सेथरु सिखि पारुथिबो then it is also a symptom of intelligence like perceptual speed जे अधिका परसीव करि पारथिबो जार अधिका रीजनिंग एबिलिटी थिबो ओके these all are the symptom of intelligence according to the psychometric theory of intelligence psychometric theory कहउछ जे किए जने हमें इंटेलिजेंस केमिति जानिमा जदी ए एबिलिटी गुडा को गोटे इंडिविजुअल रो अधिका अछि then it is a symptom of intelligence बुझि परलो समस्ते then we will come
Yes,
to the
ma'am.
theory of come to the theory of multiple intelligence जोटा तो वर्तमान कहउतिलो सेटा that theory is expressed by Gardner Howard Gardner 7 component play very important role in intelligence according to him 7 things are highlighted in his theory regarding the intelligence कोन ना verbal linguistic logic mathematics spatial bodily kinesthetic music interpersonal intrapersonal naturalist and existential and these all are the areas which is going to determine the intellectual ability of an individual according to the multiple theory suggested by Gardner हैला एई कथा गुडा को भी सेम थिंग जोडा कि साइकोमेट्रिक रे कहले तार भी आ सहित रिलेशन रहउची बट ही हैज रिप्रेजेंटेड द थिंग्स इन ए सीरीज सीरीज रे से कोन करथिले ना ए नौटा जिनिस मोस्टली सातटा एरिया रे कथा कहिथिले किंतु ताको नौटा रे एक्सप्लेन करा हेची द थिंग्स फर्स्ट कोन ना वर्बल लिंग्विस्टिक verbal communication ability is plays one of the important symptom of intellectual development जो माने शीघ्र कथा सुनिकी बुझी देई परथिबे ताको भाषा रे एक्सप्लेन करि देई परथिबे कि ताको एनालाइज करि परथिबे ताको सिंथेसाइज करि परथिबे रिप्रेजेंट करि परथिबे then it is a intellectual ability. Okay, like logic, mathematical जेमते आमे आरटारे कथा जे numerical shapes numeracy ऊपरे जार अधिक अंडरस्टैंडिंग दिबो, it is a symptom of intellectual development. Like spatial understanding means all this space measurement on all these things. Who have the good understanding regarding space and measurement, that is the spatial understanding. Like bodily kinesthetic means related to physical aspects जेमते मे कहउतले माने जे कोनोसी kinesthetic thing शीघ्र शिखि जाई परतबा, साइकिल चलेबा कहबा, गाड़ी चलेबा कहबा, कोनोसी काम करिवार स्किल कहबा, जदि शीघ्र शिखि दे then it is also a symptom of intelligence. सेमते म्यूजिक शिखि परिबा. Interpersonal relationship, who are highly intellectual peoples are able to maintain the good relation with others. So interpersonal and intrapersonal both निज भितरे भी निजर इमोशन को बैलेंस करिक रखि परिबा, सेटा को आमे को इंट्रापर्सनल, निज भितरे निजर सब एस्पेक्ट्स को बैलेंस्ड ग्रोथ करेबा किबा अन्य मानक सहित मध्य बैलेंस्ड रिलेशनशिप मेंटेन करबा. These are also the symptom of the intellectual development. Like nature सहित adjust हेकि चलिबा, nature को accept करिया, what are the things are coming to accept and to adjust with the nature, it is also a symptom of intellectual development. And existential means um, overall according to the universe, according to the world, according to the society, and everything you are able to manage in a balanced manner, then it is called as the you are a intellectual people. So these are the areas which is highlighted by Gardner in his multiple intelligence theory. Then next we will come to David Parkinson's view on intelligence. सी कौन कहते डेविड पैरिक्सन कहते जे neural intelligence, experimental intelligence, and reflective intelligence plays a very important role in intelligence. Neurology, again experiential experience and reflection plays a very important role in intelligence according to Parkinson theory. आउ एबे वर्तमान न्यू इश्यूज इंटेलिजेंस रे कोन अछि माने आमे जो केवल ऑलरेडी कहउतले जे लेटेस्ट इश्यूज इन इंटेलिजेंस, a person is not intelligent only who have the more general intelligence. Already I told to you, the person is more intelligent who have more social intelligence. The person who is able to adjust in the society, able to make the changes within himself and herself according to the society, according to the need of the society, and who are emotionally balanced, who are morally intelligent, and who have now the present new concern in intelligence is the artificial intelligence. भाबुचे समस्ते सुनुथुव वर्तमान आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस कथा. इट इज नाउ ए न्यू सब्जेक्ट इन कंप्यूटर साइंस, आर्टिफिशियल इंटेलिजेंस. नाउ इट इज गोइंग टू वर्क इन एवरी फील्ड. Artificial intelligence, it is a system running intelligence which is going to play a very important role in intelligence. आ ऊपर आउरी बहुत मे भी फ्यूचर डेवलप हे पारे. So these are the latest issues in intelligence. Okay. आउ किछि जदि कार किछि डाउट अछि पचारि पारो, नचेत वी विल मूव टू क्रिएटिविटी. नेक्स्ट हम क्रिएटिविटी विषय डिस्कशन करिबा. कार किछि भी ओवरऑल अंडरस्टैंडिंग रे किछि भी जदि डाउट अछि पचारि पारो रिगार्डिंग
इंटेलिजेंस ता चेंजेबल कि चेंजेबल नहीं, चेंजेबल ता चेंजेबल ता कितने एक्सटेंड है चेंजेबल.
60% of the intelligence is hereditary in nature. हमर हेरिडिटी मोस्टली प्ले करे बहुत इंपोर्टेंट रोल टू डिटरमाइन आवर इंटेलिजेंस. किंतु जेमति कहले जे इमोशनल इंटेलिजेंस, इट इज चेंजेबल. It is according to change in the place also emotional intelligence will change. Okay, spiritual intelligence, moral intelligence.
Environmental factor रे भी changes किछि आसी पारे.
Environment has general intelligence जोटा कथा कहू जामे, general intelligence that is mostly hereditary in nature. Environment has a less impact on it.
Okay, thank you.
आउ किछि आउ कार किछि डाउट अछि? Okay, next we will move to creativity. Creativity कण आमे जेमते ओडिया रे कहले कुछ सृजनशीलता. Creativity mane kono? Creativity means to do something in a different way. Same thing we are going to do, but creativity is nothing new. Creativity is not like that. Same thing we can do, but in a different way. That is also called as creativity. So we can say that creativity is the ability to produce the work in a different way, in a qualitative manner, in an appropriate manner, or to make something different. That is called as creativity. It is also a ability. It is not influenced by, as already I told to you, it is not influenced by intelligence. It is not true that only intelligent people are creative, not like that. Or we cannot tell that only intelligent people can do the creative work. No, a person may be generally less intelligent but can be creative. And creative is a very broad area. We cannot tell that in which area creativity is there. No, everywhere creativity is there. Every aspect, in every subject, creativity is there. Not only that, only science is a subject for creativity, not like that. Everywhere, humanistic work, science work, arts work, commerce work, everything. Suppose you are going to speak, in that also creativity is there. You are going to cook, there is also creativity is there. You are going to decorate, creativity is also there. So everywhere you are going to teach, in that also creativity is there. You are going to teach in a different way, that is your creativity. So creativity is and suppose we can say the nature of creativity, it is very vast. The boundary of creativity is very vast. We cannot tell that in which area creativity is confined. In every aspect creativity is there. And we can say creativity is the ability to think, to think or to do something in a different way. कौन ना सेम जिनसटा को गोटे अलग वे रे करिवा, गोटे नोबल वे रे करिवा, ताको टिके मोर क्वालिटेटिव करिवा किबा मोर अट्रैक्टिव करिवा किबा मोस्ट एप्रोप्रिएट करिवा, दैट इज कॉल्ड एज क्रिएटिविटी. So creativity mostly going to include the divergent thinking, to think something differently. So then we can say it is creative. And there must be some originality. Originality will be there. Creative means not only the copy paste is not creative. कि एक orichi ताको आनी कि मु ताको different way रे copy paste करी कि manipulate कर देली, that is not creativity. Creativity has its own originality. Okay, it is going to include some divergent thinking. It is going to elaborate the things. It is going to influence the things in the different way. Then it is going to called as creative. So creativity more depends, and this creativity is mostly influenced by environment. Heredity has no role in that. Mostly who will be more creative? If a child get a more exposure to the world where they is able to get the scope for creativity, the person will be more creative. ओके, पिला दिनु जो एनवायरनमेंट रे बढ़िबा को चतुर्दिक रे क्रिएटिव जिंसो देखिबा, क्रिएटिविटी रो इन्फ्लुएंस रहिबा, then the child will be more creative. So creativity is more depends on the environment than the heredity.